Marvel Studios is standing at a crossroads once again, and Avengers Doomsday may be the most important movie the MCU has released since Endgame. This isn't just another Avengers film or another chapter in the Multiverse Saga. This is Marvel's chance to correct the course of a franchise that once felt untouchable but now struggles to hold the same emotional grip on its audience. The stakes couldn't be higher, because if Doomsday fails, it won't just be a bad movie. It could confirm what many fans already fear, that Marvel has lost the connective tissue that once made the MCU feel special. Before Avengers Endgame, Marvel had something rare: a clear emotional center. Audiences didn't just watch these movies for spectacle. They watched because they cared deeply about Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, and the journey that led them from flawed individuals to legends. Iron Man's sacrifice wasn't just a plot point, it was the emotional payoff of more than a decade of storytelling. Captain America lifting Mjolnir wasn't just fan service, it was a moment earned through character development and trust built over years. Since then, that emotional anchor has quietly disappeared. Post-Endgame, the MCU has expanded outward instead of inward. New heroes have been introduced rapidly, legacy characters have passed their mantles, and multiverse concepts have fractured the narrative into dozens of directions. Sam Wilson becoming Captain America, Loki ascending into the God of Stories, and the constant introduction of variants and timelines may be ambitious on paper, but for many viewers, it's diluted emotional investment. Instead of feeling connected, audiences feel overwhelmed. The problem isn't that these characters are bad, it's that Marvel hasn't given fans enough reason to truly care about them on a personal level. This is where Avengers Doomsday enters the conversation as a potential fix or a catastrophic misstep. By reportedly bringing back Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom, Marvel seems to understand what's missing: a gravitational center. RDJ isn't just an actor, he's a symbol of the MCU's golden era. Casting him as Dr. Doom feels like Marvel attempting to recreate the emotional weight Iron Man once carried, even if the character itself is drastically different. Doom isn't a hero, but he is iconic, commanding, and powerful enough to unify a fractured universe around a single looming threat. Alongside that, rumors of Chris Evans returning as Captain America, a more lore-accurate Thor, and appearances by original Avengers alongside their proteges suggest that Marvel is intentionally reaching back to its roots. This isn't accidental. It's a calculated effort to remind audiences why they fell in love with the MCU in the first place. Familiar faces, established dynamics, and unresolved emotional threads may finally give fans something solid to hold on to again. For the first time in years, there's genuine hope that Marvel might rebuild its emotional core instead of endlessly expanding its narrative branches. But hope comes with risk. Avengers Doomsday could just as easily repeat Marvel's biggest post-Endgame mistakes. One of the studio's ongoing issues has been excess, too many characters, too many storylines, and too much reliance on nostalgia instead of substance. An overstuffed cast may sound exciting, but without careful focus, it can lead to shallow character moments and rushed storytelling. If Doomsday leans too heavily on Robert Downey Jr., and Chris Evans without properly integrating the newer generation of heroes, it could send the message that Marvel doesn't trust its own future. There's also the danger of nostalgia becoming a crutch rather than a tool. Callbacks to simpler times can be powerful when used sparingly, but when overused, they feel desperate. Audiences today are more discerning than ever, and superhero fatigue is very real. Spectacle alone isn't enough anymore. If Avengers Doomsday prioritizes scale over substance, action over emotion, and fan service over storytelling, it could accelerate the very decline Marvel is trying to reverse. Cinema has evolved, and so have audience expectations. Viewers want meaning, character depth, and stories that feel intentional rather than reactive. Marvel's habit of bigger, louder, more worked once, but doing it again without a strong emotional foundation could be the final straw. Avengers Doomsday must strike a perfect balance, honoring the past without being trapped by it, while giving the future a reason to matter. Ultimately, Avengers Doomsday represents Marvel's moment of truth. It can either restore faith in the MCU by rebuilding its emotional center, or confirm that the franchise is stuck chasing its former glory. Whether it becomes a triumphant reset or a cautionary tale will depend on how well Marvel understands what made its universe special in the first place, and whether it has the courage to evolve without forgetting its soul. Do you think Avengers Doomsday will save the MCU, or will it make things even worse? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more MCU news, breakdowns, and deep dives into the future of Marvel.